Take it to the next level.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Coach Tiffany Parra, Editor-in-Chief of Phoenix Fitness Fanatics Magazine, elevating your mind, body, and spirit. Today, I am taking center stage on the Own It Magazine and Publishing platform with one of our new contributing writers. She is an amazing individual coming to us from Canada. Let me go ahead and bring her on in the room. What's going on, Audree?
Hello, everyone. Oh, I'm so happy to be here. Really,
I'm
excited.
Excited to have you here. I'm so excited to have you in the, the magazine platform, part of the Phoenix Fitness Fanatics family. And I'm just excited to let everybody just know who you are. So please take a moment, because there are some people that have not had the pleasure of meeting you just yet. Hopefully some actually did see the live that we did as well with you. But if you didn't get a chance to meet her, please, Audree, share who you are, where you're from. We already said Canada, but where in Canada are you from? And just a little bit about what you do.
All right. Yeah. So I am in Alberta. So I'm closer to the middle of Alberta. I'm in Drayton Valley. It's a smaller town. It is chilly here today, like frosty, but it's beautiful for sure. We've got sun. We've got sun today. So with our topic, it's going to kind of fit right in for sure. I'm an aromatherapist. So I'm certified aromatherapist. I do work with the doTERRA essential oils the most, but yeah, and just living in this beautiful countryside.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And you know what? I don't know if I can deal with the snow out there. I think right now in California, it's in the 50s, and I don't want to go outside. So you can imagine me being in Alberta. I love to look at it out the window, but I can't see myself in it.
Yeah, I lived in Mexico for a couple of years there, and I didn't see myself coming back either, but it is what it is, right?
So I know this time of the year, we're in the holiday, the hustle and bustle of the holidays. We've had some shifts going on, with our time zones and things. Right now, there's a lot of people going through something called SAD, which is seasonal affecting disorder. And we have had a few of the contributing writers and some of the previous contributing writers come back on the platform to talk about this a little bit. And I know that there are quite a few tools that you have in your arsenal to be able to help people to kind of combat this time, because you have a high level of anxiety, you have a lot of stress, and there's people that are also very depressed, and they're depressed because we've lost some of the daylight, right? We've got the sun coming out later, and then it's going in earlier, so we're not able to get that sunlight that we really need, and it does tend to affect us. So let's talk about that. What are some things, what are some tools that you have as an aromatherapist that could really help us to be able to keep those spirits lifted and just continue to navigate through this time?
Yeah. Oh, there's so many. As what aromatherapy does is, when we smell something, it triggers a response because it goes into our olfactory, it goes into our amygdala, and that's where our mood and our memory is. So when we smell, let's say, for example, smoke, then we're like, is something burning on the stove? Is something burning outside? Do I have, so we're on high alert. So that's kind of a stress response, right? So for me now, walking down a laundry detergent aisle, I can't even breathe because of all the chemicals in those products, right? So because it goes in and it affects our brain, right? Yeah. Women, before we leave the house, we typically put on 23 different chemicals onto our bodies. And we're breathing those in, right? So that's all the way from our body soaps to our shampoos to our the sprays we use, the hairsprays, all the lotions we use, all of that kind of stuff. And that all affects our brain because we smell it and it goes in, right? So some of the tools to kind of combat that is having essential oils, which are natural aromatic compounds, right? A lot of people also say, I'm allergic to scents. Absolutely. I'm allergic to scents too. Remember when I said walking down that cleaning aisle? Yeah, I'm allergic to synthetic scents as well, right? But what essential oils are, these aromatic compounds are, when you go to a grocery store and you go pick up an orange or a lemon and you take it and you crack that and that thing pokes you in the eye, right? That little squirt pokes you in the eye. That's an essential oil. That smell of an orange, that is the essence of depression medication. That's what they start with. And then they put all these synthetic stuff in that our body doesn't understand. Then they give it to us. And it's supposed to calm us down. If you just took an orange and you just cracked that orange every day and you smelt that orange, right? I have an essential oil that's orange, right? And I diffuse it. I put it in my water. I put it in my hands and I smell it, right? That is the essence of depression medication. You can start there. You can start right there with an orange or a lemon, So that's the beginning. That's the beginning. There is so many other tools that I have too, right, with that. I'm not sure if we're going for a commercial or not.
Oh, no, we're good.
No? Okay. So there, sorry. I also put the wild orange in my water. I love putting it in my water. One of my favorites, though, is the green mandarin. Oh, I know if you can see that. There we go. Green mandarin. I love it. Very uplifting, very, the mood, it changes your mood, elevates your mood. It smells so good. It smells so good. Yeah. Everybody's probably heard, and it's coming into the Christmas season, right?
Yeah.
About frankincense.
We were just talking about that backstage.
I know, we were just talking about that. Frankincense is when you have nothing else, frankincense. When in doubt, use frankincense. When you want to uplift your mood, frankincense. When you want to calm down, frankincense. Right? So if you have nothing else, grab frankincense. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, sorry. I'm going to cough.
Oh.
Yeah. So
frankincense is magnificent. I mean, frankincense now, I even heard with frankincense that frankincense helps with inflammation and can also help, like if you have a like migraine headache, you can put it on the temples and behind your head. And also, I know it doesn't taste real good, but they said you could even take a little dot of it and put it on the roof of your mouth for that absorption as well. So frankincense, it's pretty magical, huh?
Women with breast cancer,
Mm-hmm.
they can actually put it under their tongue. And what frankincense does, yes. Now, I hope this doesn't like kill the show, but what frankincense does is our cells have an oily membrane.
Mm-hmm.
And most medications can't get in there. But what frankincense does is it gets into the cell and it says, I'm trying to fix you, trying to fix you. It goes into the pathway to your brain trying to fix you. If it can't fix you, it does what's called apoptosis,
Mm-hmm.
kills the cell, takes it out of the body.
Wow.
So yeah, that's how powerful frankincense is. It is an amazing oil for so many things. I was taking it when I got a bladder infection in 2019. Didn't
Mm-hmm.
get diagnosed. Not that I wasn't going to the doctor, but it didn't get diagnosed until January of 2020 when I finally went in and said to the doctor, so what's the results of this urine sample? And he says, oh, fine. So make sure you're an advocate for yourself when you go to the doctors, right?
Absolutely.
He said, oh, it's fine. I said, well, can I see it? He opened it up. I had a plus 500 white blood cell count. Like he didn't even know what it was. So I already had a major bladder infection. Yeah. That turned into delirium. Now what delirium is it's a brain infection. And to be honest, it kind of makes you think you're crazy.
Wow.
You can't have a conversation with people. I really feel that older people get this a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They may maybe not have dementia or senility or whatever. I believe, this is my belief, that they have delirium, which is just a brain infection. So one of the oils that I would take internally in a capsule was frankincense.
Wow.
So yeah. And some of the other powerful ones that I did for that was thyme, tea tree, and oregano. I put them in.
I've heard that those are very, very powerful as well.
Very,
Just
very powerful.
viral. I mean, yes. Oh, yes. Wow.
Yeah.
That's so amazing. And like you said, being an advocate for yourself, doing the research, asking the questions, because we all the time just, I have doctors in the family, love doctors. Okay. I'm not going to say I don't, but I'm very much holistic. And, a lot of times when we go to the doctors, we don't get all of the answers. So instead of leaving there and just saying, oh, okay, I'm just going to do whatever they say to do and just keep those feelings aside. No, tap into those feelings. Your body's telling you something's going on. And if they don't have that right answer, yes, absolutely. Reach out and be an advocate for yourself. There's so many other ways to heal. So, and that's exactly what we're digging into right now. It's just alternative to be.
Or bring a friend, right? Because a friend that can come in with you, they can, see what you're not seeing, kind of thing too, right? So I would do that with a couple of people as well, as come into the doctor's office and, what they didn't see, what questions they didn't think of, I thought of too, right? Yeah. So just so many things. The other thing with,
So we're going to cut to a quick commercial break, and then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about some more of the oils that Audree has that can help us with getting through this time. So we will be right back, everybody. And we are back. This is
I want to dance like that blue guy. It must be hot in there. It must be really hot in there.
up to Mufo Entertainment. Michelle Mufo is just so creative with those commercials. They make you just want to dance in your seat. This is Phoenix Fitness Fanatics Magazine, elevating your mind, body, and spirit. We have our contributing writer, Audree Link, in the house, and she is talking to us about some essential oils that we can incorporate in our lives to really help us to level up and also during this time be able to find peace and balance when we're really just trying to navigate. So, Audree, we've talked about some frankincense, we have talked about orange, and oh God, those bowls are just amazing. So, what other, I know you've got a few others that you want to share with us. So, what other oils do you have that can really just help us to level up?
Well, some of the things that we can do is just breathe. Right? We need to be conscious of our breathing, because sometimes our breathing just gets shallow, we just, right? And when we're anxious, it gets even worse, right? When we're depressed, it gets even worse, right? So we just need to be conscious of our breathing. And we've got an oil called Easy Air, or Breathe in the States. And what that does is that elevates your breathing. So when you breathe it in, it opens up your lungs, and then you can be conscious of your breathing, right? Mm-hmm. So breathing kind of calms you down, and just helps with depression and all of that. Mm-hmm. So that's one of the ones that I recommend as well, and especially the cold and flu season here as well, right? I do have. Oh, there it is. Speaking of the cold and flu season, we have it's called On Guard. Clove, cinnamon, eucalyptus, rosemary, orange. Very, very good for the immune system. And when we diffuse it in the air, it gets rid of the pathogens in the air. So if somebody's at your, Christmas function, diffuse On Guard, and it will get rid of those pathogens that you don't want to breathe in, right? Now, if you do get it, for me, and it is a bit strong, but what I do is I put it in a little bit of water, and if I get that tickle, I put it in a little bit of water, and I drink and gargle it, and it gets rid of that right away, right? And it's such an uplifting, it's kind of like smelling almost, because it has the cinnamon in it, like the apple pie and stuff, right? So very uplifting as well, right? I put this on my toothbrush too. Okay. It's very, very good. Very, very good for the internally, like for your immune system. So, and your mouth. Very, very good.
Such a time, to boost the immune system, because you're around more people. I mean, even, going into, the Thanksgiving holiday where, you've got Black Friday and things like that, and as you're navigating through, I mean, people are touching on all these different things, and you definitely want to make sure that you are, putting that shield of armor right on you. And it sounds like, this mix of essential oils here, can definitely help you to, to do that. So tap in. I always tell you guys, tap in with my contributing writers, because they've got some amazing stuff to help you guys. So please.
This oil, I look after an 89-year-old gentleman, and I put it on his feet every night, and he hasn't been sick in 2 years.
Wow.
Hasn't been sick in 2 years. Yeah, right. Yeah. So one of the other oils that I have that, and this is kind of going to be the last one I'm going to talk about for today. It comes in an oil, it comes in a roller ball, and it also comes in capsules. And what it is called adaptive. And this works on our GABA. So when we get anxious and depressed and all of that, our GABA gets out of whack. This balances our GABA in our brain to calm us down, to focus us and stuff like that. So you can either diffuse it, and with the that one that I had, you can roll it on, like the pulse points, the occipital, all of that. And then the capsule, you can take internally. So you take that, and I know a lady that she was taking depression medication, and she is off of it now because she just takes one capsule of the adaptive, and and there's essential oils in there of that help with
And so that's so amazing, because that's a natural way to be able to, again, guard your, immune system, and you're not having to worry about, side effects and things like that. I know that, we all still have to do our research, right? Because, there's people that can be, allergic to certain essential oils, things like that. So you definitely want to work with your, your physician, things like that, if you do happen to have, some type of reaction. But, really be open-minded to trying some of these things, because I know that there's a lot of people that get very, whenever the people in my family have, a cold, it's like Alka-Seltzer Plus. No, that doesn't necessarily have to be right. There are other ways to combat colds, and when you're getting that tickle in your throat, even when you have a fever and things like that, there are essential oils out there that could really help to get you on the other side of things, or help you to remain on the side of good health, where you're not having the reactions and things that that others may be having to just all the things that are going on in the world, right?
Prevention is better than
Absolutely.
getting it and fixing it after. Right?
Absolutely. So Audree, when we get on these shows, it's like the time goes so quickly. I want to make sure that everyone knows how to connect with you and how to work with you. If they want to, learn more about the essential oils and how to get those in their life, how do they, what's the best way to get in contact with you?
So the best way is WhatsApp. If you have WhatsApp, Telegram, Signal, any of those, right? So my number is on the screen there, for sure. But I do have an email. It is empoweredlivingacademy@gmail.com. If you wanted to go in there, as well. I'm not as good at email, just saying. I do it, but I'm not as good at it as picking up the WhatsApp. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, look, I just want to thank you so much for just really coming and educating us a little bit on the things that we can do, to really help us to keep our health in check. What's some words of wisdom or words of encouragement that you may have for our audience before we close up today?
So some words of wisdom for me that always helps is seek friendship. Right? Like reach out to different people that are in your life. When you're having a good time, you're reaching out to your friends. So even when you're having not so good a time, reach out to them as well. They're there for you, right? I know Tiffany's there for you if you need to or whatever. I'm there, right? And a lot of the contributing writers here, right? Just reach out. And we'll be more than happy to, be there for you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much. I'm just so excited to have you in the family. And again, yes, everyone, reach out, make those connections, especially when you're trying to fill the holes when it comes to your health, right? And being fully balanced physically, mentally, spiritually, and financially. We have some amazing contributing writers here on our platform. If you have not subscribed to Phoenix Fitness Fanatics magazine, definitely go on to our website, fanaticsmag2021.com and get your subscription so you can see all of the amazing content from these individuals every single month. So Audree, I want to thank you once again for joining us, and everyone, thank you so much for tuning in today, and we'll see you next time. Everybody take care.
Devil.